That's who I should be speaking to. And that's just who he should be speaking to.
See, this kind of meeting is kind of like a meeting of generations. When somebody my age goes to meet somebody that age, is a built-in level of respect. I've seen thugs in the middle of a fight stop fighting when older people come around.
I'm so excited. So excited.
Is this our house? Yeah. Oh, this place is cool. Beautiful Winston-Salem. Quiet neighborhood. Publicists and camera crew hiding in the side, acting like this isn't a television show. Let's get it. Hey, man.
Hey, how you doing?
How are you?
I'm good.
I was just in the neighborhood with the camera crew and some lights and trucks and figured I'd
That's
stop
amazing.
by.
We're wanting somebody to come over with a whole bunch of cameras and trucks.
How are you, man?
Man, I'm good, man.
Dr. Angelo.
Oh, my goodness. How
Good
are
to see you
you?
again.
Wonderful to see you again.
It's so good to be here. I was nervous to come see you.
I'm so understanding of that. I was nervous a little bit.
No, you
Yes, I was a little bit.
Not to meet me. I figure, like, well, you're an iconic figure.
Yeah.
I'm a pop culture figure. That's much different.
I don't know. Sometimes the iconic figure began as a pop culture.
There you go. That's a good point.
I know the title, iconoclast. It really means to break up the icon. An icon is that figure held high by the majority. And that's from the Greek icon. And klastis means breaking. The iconoclast is he or she who breaks up old ideas. I have a feeling that you're going to lift up the icon. It is my intention to lift you up.
Well, thank you. Likewise.
I wanted to ask you, how do you operate? What is your way of writing your characters?
A lot of this stuff that I do is very intuitive, and almost all of it comes from stuff that I observe. I think more so than that I lived through.
Don't you think it was like a little suspicious? Every dead black person the police find has crack sprinkled on them. Come on, man. Who gets shot and sprinkles crack on themselves? Nobody would do that. Bam!
I was 14 when I started. So, what are you going to say about yourself when you're 14? There's not much to say. Everything is happening outside of yourself. So a lot of the things that I do, I'm talking about myself in some ways inadvertently or indirectly. It's cathartic without being obviously cathartic.
But that's true with writing, too.
Right.
Very much the same. The writing becomes the greater life. I keep a hotel room in my town, wherever I live, and I leave my house about 5:30 in the morning.
Oh, my goodness.
And so I go into my room. I close the door. Once I'm there, I will go and I'll kind of cleanse myself. I don't know how I do that. But I get out anything that happened last night or on the drive over there away from me. So I'm back with my work.
You know what's different about their process than mine? That's almost like a quantum leap different. It's the absence of people. I need the people so bad. I can't write in a vacuum. And sometimes the inspiration won't hit you until you're in front of the people. And then you look at somebody's face and you be like, this might be interesting. I'll tell this person about that. Anyone here ever get divorced? What happened, man? What broke you up? Just open up, man. I'm Montel, nigga. Just tell me everything. Because I need people so much for my process, something about celebrity interrupts the process.
Oh, I see.
Because in order to do what I do, I have to be comfortable with making mistakes. The saying being nothing is more painful than watching a comedian grow. When Chappelle's show first broke big, the stand-up thing was a little hard for me because it changed. I would walk on stage and I had like this rock star energy. People were listening to me different. They weren't even really listening. I'd walk out on stage and I'd be like, hey, everybody, how you doing? I'm Rick James, bitch. Oh, I'll be a lady in the front row crying like I'm the Beatles. I can't believe he's in front of me. Camera phones in my face, like, you know. And I was like, I don't like this as much. Listen to what's happening. People are shouting out shit at me that I've already said in TV and movies. I'm like a comedy jukebox. Then they just put a quarter in me. I deserve to die. What used to be a real connection between me and the audience had become more superficial.
What happens to you when you get a bigger laugh, or a laugh when you didn't expect one, or a bigger one than you expected? What happens on that occasion? Then I want to know what happens when you expected the laugh and nothing happened.
That's very interesting. With laughter, when I'm at my best, I'm not looking for it.
Lovely.
But you kind of get sensitive to how people laugh. When I left my show was because I did this sketch and I knew what I intended, but somebody laughed differently than I intended. And I caught it. The other people around were like, what are you talking about? It's like I heard too many. I know what I'm talking about. Like I'm certain of it. And it was painful.
One thing Dave Chappelle said that I really take out of this was when two young people, like he said, when talks are fighting, right, and older people come walk closer, they stop fighting. It's just the same of respect that you show to other people who come around you, and it makes you feel very shy and feel that, hey, why should I be fighting when these other people are around? And he also said something that was very, very profound to me, which he said, in order to do what I do, I have to be comfortable with making mistakes, man. That is so true. In life, some people feel to make a mistake is something bad. No, you shouldn't feel that way. It is very, very okay to make a mistake. It is very, very okay. In 2005, Dave Chappelle was 8 months after Dave Chappelle was awarded $50 million for comedy special. They went to South Africa and he came back and made, is it $60 million, $10 million on top. So that should tell you that sometimes in life you might feel you're making a mistake, but it's just a growth process. It's a learning process, and that is how we learn as humans.
Whenever I hear like he fled to South Africa, I'm like, man, I walked out. I walked like John Wayne. But I wasn't walking away from money. I was walking away from the perfect storm of bullshit. They told you I was in an insane asylum. They told you maybe he smokes crack. They told you everything but the truth. Maybe corporate America fucks with human beings like their products and investments. Maybe a motherfucker brings you into a room and says, this $50 million, this pile of money, it's all for you. And when you try to grab it, he just throws his dick right on top of the pile. I don't want to be co-opted or subverted. I don't want to be my own worst enemy or be used against myself. And that's what happens to public people. I think that's why I'm so fascinated by the group of artists that you came from. Like James Baldwin. That kind of blows my mind. These are people who, like, we have postage stamps up.
I know.
You know what I mean? Like, and these are your cronies. Yeah, these are your homies, so to speak.
Yeah.
Did you know Malcolm X?
Oh, my dear. Yes, very well.
He's a truly American phenomenon.
Yes. So is Martin.
No, absolutely.
The two of them were both friends of mine. So when you talk to me, you're talking at once in history, but it's my life. So every human grouping, whether it's just two people, a family, people in the neighborhood, people in the city, in a nation, a tribe, a species, people live in direct relation to the heroes and the sheroes they have.
There was a certain consciousness that was the backdrop of my upbringing. We would have like Malcolm X pictures hanging up in our house. kind of a counterculture upbringing, like things that I knew about that I was starting to understand were not in everybody's homes.
You guys know Dave Chappelle grew up a Muslim, right? And Muhammad Ali too was a Muslim guy, so you could see Dave Chappelle when he was 2 years old, and Muhammad Ali kind him because he grew up a Muslim. So it shows how we're all connected and united with one another. It's something that is very very phenomenal, and something that is very great. If I was asking my opinion.